Forging a Nation. The history of the Transcontinental Railroad in the United States. 1. The vision and necessity. Mid-19th century expansion. In the mid-19th century, the United States was experiencing westward expansion, driven by the gold rush, the Oregon Trail, and the desire for economic opportunities in the vast western territories. Need for efficient transportation. As the nation expanded, the need for efficient transportation became evident. A transcontinental railroad was envisioned to connect the East Coast with the burgeoning West, fostering economic growth and facilitating travel and trade. 2. Pacific Railroad Acts. Federal support. The realization of a transcontinental railroad gained momentum with the Pacific Railroad Acts of 1862 and 1864. These acts provided federal support, including land grants and loans, to encourage the construction of the railroad. Union Pacific and Central Pacific. The legislation led to the formation of two companies, the Union Pacific, building from the east, and the Central Pacific, building from the west. 3. Union Pacific's progress. Groundbreaking ceremony. The Union Pacific held a groundbreaking ceremony in Omaha, Nebraska, on December 1, 1863. The company faced the daunting task of laying tracks across the vast plains and challenging terrain. Labor force. The Union Pacific relied heavily on immigrant labor, including Irish and German workers, who faced harsh conditions, labor disputes, and Native American conflicts during construction. 4. Central Pacific's challenges. Sierra Nevada crossing. The Central Pacific faced the formidable task of crossing the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Chinese immigrant laborers played a crucial role in overcoming the challenges of building through treacherous terrain. Promontory Summit. The Central Pacific laid tracks from the west, and the Union Pacific laid tracks from the east. The two rail lines met at Promontory Summit, Utah, on May 10, 1869, marking the completion of the first transcontinental railroad. 5. Impact on travel and trade. Revolutionizing travel. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad revolutionized travel, reducing the cross-country journey from months to days. Passengers and goods could now be transported efficiently and quickly between coasts. Economic growth. The railroad stimulated economic growth by facilitating trade, connecting markets, and encouraging settlement in the West. Towns and cities along the rail route flourished as transportation became more accessible. 6. Cultural and social impact. Promontory Summit celebration. The joining of the rails at Promontory Summit was celebrated with the driving of the Golden Spike, connecting the Central Pacific and Union Pacific tracks. This event symbolized a unified nation and the promise of economic prosperity. Changing demographics. The Transcontinental Railroad played a role in shaping the demographics of the United States. Settlements along the rail route attracted diverse populations, contributing to the cultural mosaic of the American West. 7. Technological advancements. Innovation in engineering. The construction of the Transcontinental Railroad spurred engineering innovations, including the development of bridges, tunnels, and techniques for laying tracks. The railroad became a symbol of progress and American ingenuity. Standard time. The need for synchronized schedules led to the establishment of standard time zones in 1883, further streamlining rail travel and setting a precedent for nationwide timekeeping. 8. Challenges and controversies. Land grants and corruption. The Pacific Railroad Acts granted immense land subsidies to the railroad companies, leading to allegations of corruption and fraudulent activities. The government's generosity to the railroad companies came under scrutiny. Impact on Native Americans. The construction of the Transcontinental Railroad had profound consequences for Native American communities. The westward expansion disrupted traditional lands and ways of life, leading to conflicts and displacement. 9. Expansion of rail networks. Continued expansion. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad was a catalyst for further rail expansion. Additional rail lines crisscrossed the country, creating an extensive network that connected rural and urban areas, fostering economic development. Southern Pacific and Northern Pacific. The success of the first Transcontinental Railroad paved the way for the construction of other lines, such as the Southern Pacific and Northern Pacific Railroads, expanding the reach of the rail network. 10. Legacy and commemoration. Historical landmarks. Promontory Summit, where the Golden Spike was driven, is preserved as a historical site, attracting visitors interested in the legacy of the Transcontinental Railroad. Symbol of national unity. The Transcontinental Railroad remains a symbol of national unity and the spirit of westward expansion. Its completion played a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of the United States, connecting its coasts and fostering a sense of interconnectedness. Conclusion. The history of the Transcontinental Railroad in the United States is a tale of vision, determination, and engineering marvels that transformed the nation. From its conception in the mid-19th century to the driving of the Golden Spike, the railroad became a catalyst for economic growth, cultural exchange, and the realization of the American dream of westward expansion. Its legacy endures as a symbol of progress and national unity, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape and history of the United States.